영상의 구성은 다음과 같습니다. 그럼 한번 시작해 볼까요?
As far as a job interview, I think the biggest misconception is that you need to pretend to be someone you're totally not. As far as a job interview, I think the biggest misconception is that you need to pretend to be someone you're totally not. As far as a job interview, I think the biggest misconception is that you need to pretend to be someone you're totally not. As far as a job interview, I think the biggest misconception is that you need to pretend to be someone you're totally not. As far as is a phrase that you'll hear used in English. In this video, here is the sentence we heard it in. As far as a job interview, I think the biggest misconception is that you need to pretend to be someone you're totally not. So would you read that sentence for me, John?
Of course. As far as a job interview, I think the biggest misconception is that you need to pretend to be someone you are totally not.
All right, so nice job reading that sentence for me. Thank you. Do you know what the phrase as far as means?
I think I do because I hear people saying like as far as something goes, like something like that, but I don't know like what's the best way to use it in a conversation?
I think it often is used to start out a sentence where you state something as far as whatever it is, then finish up the sentence. So I think you'll most commonly see it used in the beginning of the sentence, but not necessarily always will that happen. In this case, you might think the word far has something to do with distance, like I walked as far as I could, but that's not what it means here. In this example, as far as means with respect to or as relates to, about, regarding. You'll see some synonyms that I've used. So it doesn't have anything to do with distance.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Here's a sentence I came up with that I thought could also help explain as far as. It looks like a great day for a picnic as far as I can tell. And that could be switched around to say, as far as I can tell, it looks like a great day for a picnic. And I feel like that might be the more natural way you would hear the expression used, but I purposely tried to put it towards the end of a sentence so that it didn't come across as always having to be in the very beginning of the sentence. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So do you feel like you understand the word now?
Yeah, I think I do.
Okay, here's some synonyms that might help you better understand it. So synonyms just mean words that mean the same. So we could replace that phrase as far as with concerning a job interview, regarding a job interview, referring to a job interview. And I think you had mentioned at one time the word about. You could say about a job interview. Do you think you feel like you know the phrase well enough? You want to try making a sentence of your own?
Using as far as?
Yep, using as far as.
Ooh, as far as learning English,
Oh,
I think, learning it from a native speaker is the best and quickest way to be fluent in English.
wow.
Does it make sense?
That not only did it make sense, that was an amazingly great sentence. And I would have to agree with what you said. So I think that is, as far as learning any language, the more you can use it, and especially with a native speaker, the better off. So good job. All right. I like that one.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug, but hey, it works.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.